Finally, the long-awaited iRacing 360Hz force feedback for Simagic users is here, and it makes difference indeed, but the question is, to what extent? As Sebring is the track, I've run thousands of laps testing different gear with different feedback, being force or haptic. Because of the hundreds little bumps and 3D curves, it's fair to say I can notice if something have changed, and the new 360Hz have made some difference, but let me explain. Force feedback must be the most subjective topic in sim racing community, and if some settings feels great to a group of drivers, those same settings can be hated from another group, and that is absolutely fine. Don't ever waste your energy in trying to convince and sell your personal opinion to people who feel differently. Just enjoy yourself with the group who share the same taste with you. It will make the world a much happier place. That being said, here are the settings I use with Simagic the last few months, which I have explained in different video, and the feedback from different drivers who tested those were very positive, which means many of us just share the same taste, so maybe worth giving it a try, and if for some reason don't like them, just move on and keep the searching for your best subjective experience. Just take notice those are from the 23 Nm Ultimate, and as you can see the overall power is tuned down to 65%, which for some reason boosts the small effects and make the bass more alive in the 10 to 13 Nm overall power I prefer for everyday driving. If you have, for example, the 15 Nm bass, you can tune that option down to 85%, and for the Mini 100% is absolutely perfect. The rest is just the same. So, to not make this topic bigger than it is, going into 60Hz normal mode and 360 interpolated one with those same settings I use. With the 360 I can definitely feel a bit more raw texture and at the same time smoother transition from effect to effect. Also those big spikes hitting curves and the small effects from the track anomalies are a bit closer to each other, which creates somehow more natural experience. To make my explanation just a bit more measurable, I would say the small anomalies of the road feels like boosted with 30-40% and at the same time smoothed with another 50, which makes the experience more alive, and the settings I loved for months now, maybe 50% better. But again, that is just my subjective measure and not any scientific numbers. I believe I am sensitive when we talk about different feedback, but I am also very adaptive person, as I almost every day drive different real car because of my work and also constantly testing different gear. There is a big chance for those who are very used to their bases to feel bigger difference than me because of the hardware muscle memory, and maybe for other will be totally unnoticeable difference. Also, one very important thing to add is the 16 milliseconds latency created from the 360Hz interpolation of the iRacing software, but even if I consciously try to notice some delays, I can't. That motion rig I use have 8 milliseconds response time, and hitting curbs, both Qubic system actuators and the Simagic feedback feels totally in sync, no matter if I drive in 60Hz without latency or 360 with 16 milliseconds delay. That difference goes totally unnoticeable for my nervous system, and my lap times and car control are absolutely the same, which means the only benefit is a bit more immersive experience with the force feedback. So, is this new feature a big deal for me? Not really, but it's another step in the right direction from Simagic and iRacing, as it feels a bit better and it's free boost for all of us, the users. As both parties have done something to improve my experience, all I have to say is big thanks to both teams. Evolution don't go unnoticed, and I think many of us will be absolutely happy with the extra boost. Anyway, all that is only myself sharing my subjective feelings, and you cannot take me as some benchmark. How you feel for yourself is the important part, and your benchmark must be always your previous experience. I also read some people have very noisy experience with that new feature, and if you are one of those and you are curious, you can give a go of the settings I use, and if you enjoy them, great. if you don't continue tweaking till you find the ones you like the most. Those are definitely very smooth and fast for my taste, so let's enjoy the ride.